Good evening, otherworldlies. This is Queen Juliana, your Dark Mask Diva. Okay, so this is what keeps happening. I watch other people's videos. I leave likes and comments, and I sub to other people. And so, I like to see what other people are doing, and I like to show support for my fellow YouTubers and everything like that. I'm a real team player. What I'm seeing, and I'm also on TikTok, so I'm on there and watching a bunch of stuff, likes, comments, all that. I'm a team player on there too. So what I'm noticing overwhelmingly, there's a lot of people on TikTok, there's a lot of people on YouTube. They're talking about how they don't have pretty privilege, okay, and they're talking about their feelings about it. Okay, they're doing a lot of venting, and it seems like there are more people without pretty privilege than there are with pretty privilege. Okay, it seems like the vast majority of people don't have it. Okay, and they are venting about it. They're having low self-esteem because of it. They're complaining about it, and what's happening is nobody is really giving advice on what to do about it. They're getting a lot of people going, yeah, me too, and it sucks, and I feel less than, I feel bad about myself, but nobody is really getting on there telling them what to do about it. Okay. What's happening is a lot of people are making videos, showing their videos, and they're kind of like, they're making fun of them. Okay, like a lot of good-looking people are showing their clips and making fun of them, going, yeah, of course you don't have pretty privilege, look at you, and blah blah blah, and like, look, you're busted looking, and of course, look at all the stuff you're doing wrong and all this other stuff, right? Okay, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm actually going to give you advice. It's going to kind of sound mean, but I'm going to say it in love, okay? But I have pretty privilege, so I'm going to tell you how to get some of that pretty privilege, okay? I'm going to tell you what's going on, and maybe it's going to shed some light on it. So if you actually want some of the pretty privilege, I'm going to tell you how to get it, okay? So you can stop getting your feelings hurt, so you can stop feeling left out, so you can just kind of join us a little bit, okay? So you can get some of it, so you can feel better, okay? So first of all, the first thing I have to tell you is people may be giving you advice and you're not taking it. That's the first thing that's going on. People are telling you to do this, do that, and do the other, and you don't want to do it. You think you should do your own style, be a certain way, look a certain way, and people should accept you the way you are. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, it's not working for you. In a utopian society, everybody should like the way everybody looks on the outside, but that's not how the world works. I didn't make this up. Okay, this is not my fault, but that's just the way the world works. People are freaking shallow, okay? People care about what you look like on the outside. It's called the halo effect, okay? People judge you for what you look like on the outside, and it's wrong. It's bad, it's not right, but that's just how the world works, okay? So if people are actually trying to help you, trying to get you to get a makeover, trying to, take you out and help you pick out clothes that make you look better, let them. Okay, if people are sincerely trying to help you and tell you, not to wear that again or whatever, don't be defensive. They're actually trying to help you. They're not trying to pick on you, okay? They're really just, because I've had some friends that were less than attractive, and I've tried to tell them, hey, have you ever tried doing this? Because they get picked on for being unattractive. Unattractive people get picked on for being unattractive. I've seen it happen, okay? And it's wrong, all right? It's mean. The world should not be this way, but it is. And these unattractive people get disrespected. They get treated like they're less than. All right. They've learned to accept that treatment. You should not ever be treated like you're less than human. You should not have to accept less than type of treatment. But you also need to take pride in your appearance, okay? Just because you are not genetically blessed, you did not win the genetic lottery, doesn't mean you don't need to make the most of what you have, all right? And some of you are just making it worse. Okay, so if somebody attractive is trying to help you look better, you need to let them help you look better. Okay, because the thing about attractive people wake up and some of us look kind of meh in the morning, but we know what to do to put our clothes together, to do our hair a certain way, and to do certain things to make ourselves look really good. Because a lot of it is a lot of artful sorcery. And we've done a lot to figure out how to look our very best. So some of it is we just started off with a pretty decent looking canvas and we did the rest ourselves. Okay, so a lot of it is just that we are just artists with what we do with our appearance. Okay, so if we're telling you to do something, it's out of love. We're trying to help you. So here is the first thing that you can do. Okay, and you're not going to want to hear this. Your problem is probably your weight, okay? So the average American woman, I'm American, so I'm just going to talk about Americans, okay? The average American woman is obese, is a size 16. If you can be a size 10 or 12 or below, like a 12 or below, you are going to beat the odds of the average woman. So if you could be a 12 or below, that's not even that thin. It really isn't. So if you could be a size 12 or below, and if you're short, you need to be smaller than that. Okay. So let's just be realistic. If you're, like 5'2" and you're 12, you're going to be fat. Okay. So you need to be a lot smaller than that. So don't come up to me being all short and saying, but I'm a 12. You're fat if you're that short and you're a 12. Okay, just you need to be a lot smaller than that. But a woman my height who's a size 12, I'm a size 12. Okay, so and I'm not fat. So I want to be like an 8 or a 10. To be honest, I would like to be pretty thin. But if you could be the average height woman, which is like 5'5", 5'6", if you can be a 12 or below, you are beating the odds. You are smaller than the average American woman. Okay, so if you can start off doing that, you are going to start getting something called thin privilege. All right, and you're not even technically thin, but you're thinner than the average American woman. I know that wasn't even thin, like 20 years ago. That was fat 20 years ago. But now that the average American woman is obese, that is thin. So, I mean, the bar has been lowered. Seriously, you can do it. All you have to do is not overeat and take a walk. I mean, it's really super easy. You need to just quit having bad eating habits, okay? There's no real science to it. Just talk to your doctor about it, all right? You don't have to be there. There doesn't have to be any heroin chic. There doesn't have to be any major thinness going on. I mean, a 12 is actually kind of fat. Oh, that's all you have to be. I mean, seriously. Still getting over the bronchitis, guys. It's hanging on. Of course, I'm pre-recording these, so if you're watching going, she still has it, it's because I'm pre-recording these. So, yeah, 12 or below. You're going to be good. Average American woman. Of course, if you go to a foreign country, you're going to be considered bigger, but you stay here, you're good. Here's another thing. In most cultures, a big nose on a woman is considered ugly. So most women, if you can get some kind of rhinoplasty or something like that, if you have a smaller nose, you're automatically going to be considered attractive. You're telling me to go under the knife. You're telling me to break my nose and make it smaller. If that's the difference between being pretty and ugly, get it done. I know you're sitting there going, this lady with the pink hair is awful. She's sitting there with pink hair telling me to completely change my nose. Well, yeah, because I've looked at a lot of people that complain about being ugly, and I'm sitting there looking at them objectively going, if she got her nose fixed, she'd look completely different. That's the difference between her being pretty and ugly. And it's like, I want to say something, but I feel mean. But it's her nose making her ugly. Sometimes it's just the difference between your nose being too big because it's too big for your face. It's the difference between making you look masculine and making you look feminine. Because a big nose, in most cultures, there are a few cultures that big noses are considered attractive on both genders. But just generally speaking, men look at somebody with a big nose and they consider it masculine. But a small nose is considered feminine. People generally don't like big noses on women. Okay, a small nose on a woman is considered beautiful. And no, I have not had a nose job. This is my real nose. People keep asking me if I've had a nose job, and no, I have not. Okay, I would admit it if I had. That's, I've looked at a bunch of people, and I'm like, I really don't. If somebody asked me objectively, should I get a nose job, I would say, yeah, it's not a bad idea. But if somebody asked, but I would never come out and tell someone, you really should get a nose job, because that's just freaking rude. But yeah, I've looked at a lot of people thinking, it would be a night and day difference if they got one. All right. Half the people I know, the difference between them being ignored and having pretty privilege would be if they just fixed their nose. Honestly. And then some people look good with big noses. It really just depends on the individual. All right. Here's something people don't like to hear. Okay, some of you are on a hair journey. This doesn't have anything to do with your race. I mean, this is any race, anybody, male or female. Some of you are on a hair journey. Your hair doesn't look good the way it's growing out. Some of you have bad hair texture. Some of you have hair that's too thin. Some of you, the phase of your hair journey, your hair is really unattractive in the phase it's in right now. Okay? Some of you should not leave the house without a wig. You should get hair extensions, or you should get a wig and not leave the house without it. All right? That's just, and you don't have to get these $500 lace front wigs and glue them to your head. Okay, you can get clips that you pin under your wig. Okay, tuck your hair in the wig cap. Get bobby pins. Get those little silver clippy things. Get hair extensions. They have the kind with the little combs that you just clip in. They're called tracks. It could be like a night and day difference. It could change you. It could change you from a 3 to an 8. Okay. Seriously. And if you have jacked up looking hair, it can mess up your entire appearance. Have you ever had somebody like get their hair cut and they start crying because it makes them look completely different? Well, if you're going around with jacked up hair, if you already have a face that's kind of, if you have good hair, it can completely change your appearance. And they have a lot of wigs out now, depending on if you order them out of a catalog or whatever. You can get all kinds of different hair. You can wear different hair every day. Somebody who doesn't know you, they don't know that's not your hair. And even if they know that's not your hair, you still look good. That's better than you with your real hair looking really bad. Okay? I'm just saying. Ladies, you need to wear makeup, and you need to practice your makeup until you get good at it. All right? It doesn't matter if it's obviously looking like makeup. I'm a makeup artist. I am obviously wearing makeup. Nobody goes, "You're wearing makeup," when they see me. You know what they say? They say, "I love your makeup." You know what? You are really pretty and I love your makeup. That's what everybody tells me. Nobody goes, "You shouldn't be wearing makeup." Nobody ever gives me a hard time about it. Nobody. Everybody just comes up and says, "Will you do my makeup sometime? I love your makeup." Like, "Where are you going? I love your makeup." Like, where did you get your makeup? Like, it's like compliments on my makeup constantly. You know, and I just explain that, you know, it's part of my craft and I do YouTube and all this other stuff. So, it's obvious I'm wearing makeup. I don't go for the natural look. Like, why would I do that? I don't, you know, I have pink hair, so why do I need to have natural makeup? That doesn't make any sense. You know, like I have glittery green eyeshadow on right now, so I figure if I'm going to go for pink hair, I'm going to have glittery green eyeshadow and false eyelashes. I mean, it all kind of goes together. You know, I have this on. I mean, it goes together. So even though it's really flashy and it's really theatric and stuff like that, you know what never happens? Dusties never approach me. A dusty never ever approaches me. What I get is men and women coming up telling me how gorgeous I look all the time. But dusties never come up. They never come up. I just get told how pretty I look all the time. But dusties never come up and ask me for a date. People just come up and give me food. They're like, "Here, do you want something to eat?" Or, you know, "You want to hang out?" And like, people just come up and compliment me all the time. You know, and I get free food and free Starbucks and free this and free that. And, you know, people want to hang out with me and do things with me. So, you know, because I obviously look like a fun person. But one of the reasons you don't have pretty privilege is because you're afraid to put some makeup on. And the people that complain about not having pretty privilege, one of the main complaints I'm getting from these videos is they get approached by the wrong guys. And they're talking about people that are not in their age group, and it's an age group they don't like. Okay? So it's an age group where the guys are dusty, or the girls are dusty, or they're too old for them, or they're too young for them, or they just don't want to be approached by these particular people. Okay. These women are not wearing makeup. All right. Makeup makes everybody look better. All right, like, I'm not butt ugly without makeup, but I look a lot better with it. You know, I've been outside without makeup, and I've had people admire me anyways. But I look a lot better with it. Okay? So, I get attention from dusties staring at me and trying to talk to me when I'm not wearing it. That's the difference. And they bother me. So it's not like I'm ugly, I just get attention from a different type of people. So I'm always wearing it. All right. Now, here is another problem I see with these people that are complaining that they don't have pretty privilege. Bonnets in public. It's unattractive, sis. This is why I'm saying, just put a wig on over it. It just takes a few minutes to put a wig on. Just tuck your hair under that wig, bobby pin it, You don't need to glue it on. In fact, with those lace fronts, do not glue a wig on your head. It's really bad for your real hair. You want a protective style. You want to grow your real hair out. You want long hair, okay? If you're a lady, you want long hair because that's what's pretty, all right? Put a wig on. Do not wear a bonnet in public. It looks ugly. It looks ratchet. Okay. Excuse me. It looks really bad. Okay. Like, I will go into the store and I will see someone with a bonnet and I will try not to stare because they look so bad. And I will try not to judge them. Okay. I'll be like, are you joking? Like, you could have, the time it took you to put a bonnet on, you could have put a wig on. And it looks bad, and they usually have the house slippers and the sweatpants or the pajamas, and I'm just like, in 10 minutes you could have looked totally different. It really doesn't take that long to just swipe some mascara on and slap a wig on your head and put some real shoes on. I mean, honest to God. I mean, like, you don't realize how embarrassing that looks. Okay? If you're not trying to look pretty, at least don't be embarrassing. Okay? Have some personal pride. Okay? Let me think what else. Going braless. And say like you have a fat stomach. Alright. You need to wear a bra, one that fits right. Okay? Respect yourself and wear a supportive bra. Don't go around going braless. Okay? Because you don't realize how bad it looks when you're sagging. If you have a stomach that sticks out, you need some kind of Spanx or supportive undergarments. Okay? So it holds you in and gives you a shape. Okay? Because you don't realize how bad it looks. If I think it looks bad and I'm another woman, men are looking and going, ugh. Okay? And I know you think it's uncomfortable, but it's a difference between looking decent and looking hideous and disgusting. All right? This goes along with taking care of your body and wanting to get in shape. But say like you lost a lot of weight and you're just flabby, it's going to be easier to put a supportive garment on because it's just going to hold everything in. So say like you're not even fat, you just need a supportive garment. Okay, you don't know how bad it looks when your body is not toned and you just have flesh hanging. It looks really, really bad. And these people that are complaining about not having pretty privilege are going around in bonnets, braless, with fat stomachs hanging, or just going around with ratchet hair. Okay, they refuse to put any makeup on. And they're going around saying, people are supposed to like me the way I am. Well, do you even like you the way you are? Because you're not taking very good care of yourself. Now, some people in your life are going to tell you you're beautiful. Like your mom, like your dad, like the old ladies at church with the big hats that have tea parties and stuff like that and Bible studies, okay? Now, the reason they're telling you that is because you probably have a beautiful personality. Your friends are going to tell you you're beautiful, all right? You know why that is. It's because they can't be objective. It's because you probably have a beautiful personality. Okay? You probably do. You are probably somebody who listens patiently to other people's problems. You're probably the first, you would give anybody the shirt off your back, all right? You're probably there to give people rides, bring people a plate. You know, you bring your neighbors a plate, right? You watch people's kids. You take care of people's pets when they go on vacation. All right? You help out. You volunteer. Okay? You're just a good all-around person. So people see you as beautiful. Now, as for me, I've thought people that other people thought were ugly, I've thought those people were beautiful because I like them so much as a person. And people are like, how can you like that person? They're so ugly. And I'm like, no, they're not. They're a wonderful person. I saw them through my own eyes and thought they were beautiful just because they were such a good friend and a wonderful person. And everyone's like, you don't think they're ugly? I'm like, no, they're a wonderful person. And so the eyes that I saw them with was I was seeing their heart. Okay? So that's how those people see you. They can't objectively see you. All right? So they're telling you not to change. They're not seeing aesthetically what's going on. Okay? They're not able to tell you what you need to do to change your looks because they see what a wonderful and beautiful person you are. All right? Now, if you're a woman and you want to attract a man, men don't approach you because you're a wonderful person. They don't. Men approach you to sleep with you. Men don't approach you because they need a friend. I know, like, you're sitting there, I have so many homeboys and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know, you probably do. Okay? That's because they're probably dudes you grew up with or dudes from your neighborhood or a bunch of guys at work or whatever, because you're easy to talk to. Okay? Whatever. Men approach women because they want to sleep with them. Nobody comes up to you in the club because you look like a nice person. And if they do come up to you because you look like a nice person, it's because they think you're going to do things for them, like pay their bills. They think you're going to let them drive your car. So if they're approaching you because you look like a nice person, they're approaching you to use you. Okay? Men approach women because they're baddies. They are physically attracted to them. They're like, she's fine. That's why men want to talk to women, because the women are physically attractive. So the tips I'm giving you is how to be physically attractive, okay? Because that's why men want to approach you. I've talked to people where their husbands had to be talked into asking them out because they were not physically attractive. And the whole time they were married, their husbands were not attracted to them, and they got treated as second-class citizens in their own marriage because their husbands did not find them attractive. And their husbands were not interested in treating them like the prize. Their husbands were the prize in the marriage. Okay, and they never felt attractive because their husbands didn't find them attractive. All right? They didn't have pretty privilege in their marriage. Their husbands just basically treated them like garbage. So I'm talking about this friend of mine. So she finally left her husband. And I said, I don't get it. Why did he marry you in the first place? I'm not, like, help me understand. She said, they talked, they meaning like everybody at their church, talked him into marrying her because she's a good woman. No man wants to really be with a good woman. So that's what I'm talking about. They kind of like pushed him into it because that's like their beliefs. And he was trying to obey God. He didn't ever really want to be with her, though. His heart was never in it. Okay? And no man really even wants to be with a good woman. whether they're a godly man or not. So I'm just letting you know, like, no man really, men don't even really respect good women, and they don't get butterflies with good women. They get butterflies with baddies. Okay? You know Bad Baby, you know, that Cash Me Outside chick, you know, from Dr. Phil? She's a multi-millionaire because she has an OnlyFans. Yeah. Okay. I mean, more power to her. She's a baddie. Okay. She's just stacking them left and right. That's what I'm talking about. So men aren't approaching you. They don't want you because you have a good heart. If they're asking you out and marrying you and all the, it's usually because somebody had to pressure them into it, or they had to settle for you. Okay? And as far as BBWs go, you guys aren't going to like this one. But, you know, the Dark Masked Diva tells everybody the truth. BBWs are for guys who can't get anyone else. Alright? And I've talked to guys and they said, I will settle for a BBW. BBWs are for guys who have fetishes. Okay, so they're for abnormal men. And they are for insecure men. And they are men for low income. Okay? Men want to be with women with hourglass figures who are fit and a normal size. Okay? If a man wants to be with an obese woman, something's wrong with him. Now, if he loves her, he will tolerate it, but that doesn't mean he prefers it. Okay? If a man is specifically looking for an obese woman, there's something wrong with him up here. Okay? So, you're going to want to get on that. You're going to want to lose that weight. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. Now, here's another thing I need to warn you about. Most female friend groups consist of 4 women. Okay? Say like you're the Duff of your group. The designated ugly fat friend. Alright. You're the one who holds everybody's purses and coats while your 3 skinny friends get bought drinks and get asked to dance by all the eligible dudes or the F-boys or whoever is going on, but they're getting all the dances and they're getting all the drinks and they're getting all the numbers and blah, 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 right? They're getting all the attention. Once you level up your game and start looking better, they're going to stop asking you to go out with them because every friend group needs a Duff. When you stop being the Duff, you're going to have to migrate to another friend group that has a Duff because you're not the Duff anymore. Now, pretty privilege does not mean you're going to get into a healthy relationship. Women with pretty privilege generally don't have healthy relationships. We have status relationships. Okay, just because you have pretty privilege doesn't mean you're going to find true love. In fact, you're probably not going to if you have pretty privilege. Women who look average, okay, not ugly women, not beautiful women, average women tend to have the most luck in love relationships. Beautiful women get perks. Ugly women get ignored, but average women get love. So if you level it up to where you look average, like on the better side of average, you're going to have the best luck. So you don't have to be drop dead gorgeous. All right, unless you just want to go through life getting perks, then go for the gorgeous. But if you're on the better looking side of average, you're going to probably have a pretty decent love life. But these people that are telling you you're beautiful and not giving you any tips to help you, they're not doing that to be mean. They really love you for who you are. But the tips that I gave you, those are actual helpful tips, even though I sound mean. All right? You may want to get a fashion consultant so that person doesn't know you and you don't take it personally when they say that looks bad on you or this looks good on you. Okay, don't go shopping with your friends because they may not be honest with you if something makes you look bad because they're afraid to hurt your feelings. And a lot of your friends may be afraid to hurt your feelings, or they may not want you to look too good because they want you to stay the deaf. Okay? But get on that weight loss. Don't be afraid to make some major changes to look better. All right? So I hope you didn't take any offense to this. And I hope it literally helped you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your attention. And I will see you in the next content. Bye-bye.